Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you an experiment that some friends and I had yesterday on Splinterlands TV, where I was joined by AfterSound, DarkestNyte, and Walking Keys, and we were able to test some of the theories around Soulbound reward cards, and I think the findings are going to be interesting for you to see. I'm going to provide a link in this video description that has the latest episode of Splinterlands TV, so if you wanted to watch the whole episode, you can certainly do so, but this video is going to showcase really the key elements that we found. And what's interesting here is, in my previous videos around Soulbound reward cards, there's some debate on could Soulbound reward cards as a standalone deck work for players and or bot farms to basically be successful and farm rewards. And, as a free deck, what I wanted to focus this experiment on was just 100% free cards. So we're talking about only using Soulbound reward cards, only using Soulbound summoners, and the ability to potentially use Gladiator Soulbound cards as well as part of these teams. So let me roll the clips here talking about, should you be worried, should Kitty, should Yoden, and should the meta be worried about Soulbound reward decks moving forward? Let's find out. Other players are going to be able to choose whatever they want, and these are MAV test servers, so every card in the game is available. So the gloves are off, and we're going to see how it goes.
Yep. If I can add one thing to this though, I know that we said common and rare, but I would love to show off Quora in this. I think she's an epic, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be really important to show off at some point tonight. I don't know if the rest of you guys agree with that.
Yeah, I think so. I think the reason I was thinking commons and rares, because I think as guild brawl players, I think we all have access to at least level 1 or bronze or silver level commons and rares across our accounts. I don't know if everyone has Quora as an epic. So we can definitely use her, but just don't spam her, I think, is probably...
What?
I know the bot farms will spam her if they have her, but not all of them will have her. So
yeah, I got you. Dude, I want to see some Kitty, I want to see some Yoden, do it all. Let's go crazy.
Yeah, Quora's Quora, but that shows just how freaking powerful she is.
Well, let's talk about that, right? Because that's going to be a real thing that we're going to see, over the next, couple of months, right? That's a very real battle at a low level. And that was a massacre.
Yeah, and
right?
I've got Yoden out there. It's not a standard Yoden team. This is kind of a low mana for Yoden. So if we do the replay here, this is a 24 mana match. So it's reasonable to play Yoden here. And we have a tank and we have an off tank to protect the archers. Really, the goal of this is for the archers and the blast to basically kill off the team before they get to the front line. The problem is Quora with the heal and the bloodlust. If you can't hit Quora and she can out heal you, it's game over. And you're going to see here, she just goes bonkers, right? She just goes crazy. So
yeah, the problem with Quora really is the bloodlust, right? Because as she gets a kill in, and she has 2 opportunities for that, right? She's going to continue to get stronger and stronger over, as the battle progresses.
Yep. Yeah, and
Baby Omega has a good question here. He says, do we just discount the coming of staked SPS requirements?
Yeah, it's an unknown, right? The unknown is twofold. And if you saw my video that I pushed today with my chat with Steve from last night, the unknown is when SPS staking rewards will be live, because it's dependent on the validator license nodes. And the number 2 thing is how much SPS staking is required to earn at, let's say, bronze or silver. Those 2 unknowns will have to enter into the equation to understand how much this could possibly be abused, right? All right, what do you want, DarkestNyte? Do you want Soulbound? Do you Dealer's choice.
I want dealer's choice.
All right.
All right.
I gotta get a Soulbound win here for the.
Well, AfterSound, go ahead and battle me so I have someone to battle.
Nice. All right.
All right, just hit it.
All right. Let's see.
Man, they really got to get this up in the higher levels. No.
Yeah, no joke, huh?
Yeah, normally we'd have challenges available, which
Yeah.
we could select the levels, but because they're testing that rule set, I asked Ron if we could maybe have it turned off for a couple hours, and I don't think it was easy for them to do, unfortunately. So. I'm gonna. This is not ideal, actually.
All right. We'll see how this goes. So we have some other things going on too while we're all picking our teams. We have a new proposal out there, right?
Yeah, so the Chaos Legion card proposal for rewards passed, correct? And the land starter packs passed? So is this, which new proposals actually made it through to voting now?
All right, so right now, what we're looking at, let's just let me look at this real quick. Yeah, so we have offer land starter packages for sale by burning DEC or DEC-B. So that looks like that's going to pass. If voting closes in 5 days. We have reserve enough Chaos Legion packs to provide rewards until Rebellion. That closes in 2 days. That looks like it's going to pass.
Yep. So that's two successes, which is good. I guess if you want to see forward progress made on the proposals, because there's been a lot that have been failing. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
more so than I would expect.
And you know, it's interesting, right? As the community starts to feel really good about kind of where we are, a lot of those proposals pass, right? When the community feels kind of dismayed, a lot of the proposals just, I think out of spite, just fail.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I use that word spite. Right?
Good game.
I like it. Yeah, just for the people keeping score at home, AfterSound beat me.
There we go. Ooh, look at this. This is going to be interesting.
We're getting Bloodlust going crazy. Can it be enough, though?
I didn't even pick a Bloodlust card. Damn it.
Wow.
But look at my look at my martyrs. See?
Oof.
Strategic placement of martyrs as well. It's almost like I knew what I was doing.
Oh,
I like the martyrs.
Done. Dude, Katralba is too good.
The common
Wow.
gladiator.
I mean, she doesn't get as much love as what's her name, Cora, but she's just as powerful.
Wow.
Beating Kitty. So Soulbound reward cards just beat Kitty. So
Yeah, and that wasn't a slouch team that I put out there, right?
Dr.
That
Blight,
was-
Apona. Yeah.
Bro, but seriously, why are you playing Dr. Blight level 1?
Because I like
You know-
Dr. Blight.
he's only good in gold and above.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but still, I can't help it.
I know.
Dude, that was
Habitual.
a crazy win, man.
Yeah, I mean, that double martyr there. Now, the opportunity didn't finish off the Mark's Rat because I killed the opportunity critter, but I mean, yeah, double strike with a martyr and then bloodlust on top of it can really spiral out of control.
Right. But here's the thing, right? If you look at the cost of the hand, right? So let's go by hand cost, right? My hand cost was easily $10,000. What's the hand cost that you have? Zero.
Yep.
Zero. Right? So, I mean, think about that. That's incredible.
Well, there is a counter to Bloodlust now, and it's Dispel. But there's only one level card that I see that has it, and it's Venari Spellsmith, which is a Chaos Agent neutral card. So it's neutral. It is available to everybody, even as a starter card. But
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe we should pump the price of that card. I mean, that's the only one that's at level 1 with Dispel.
Dispel, yeah. But even here with like an opportunity or a sneak Bloodlust, how is the Spellsmith going to hit Dispel? It has to get to the front line, basically.
True.
So if your front line holds, you're never going to be able to dispel the Bloodlust.
Yep. So I think AfterSound and I were talking about the new Soulbound cards are really equal to a new set, right? So there's nothing preventing the team from throwing out or adding in new low mana cards, right, over time, as we see.
Yeah.
But again, as we just showed, right, there was, Tails is his hand price for his hand was 0, right? All it would cost him was time, right? Time playing, brawls, or time just playing, regular ranked battles even at a low level.
Katralba is super common.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, like obviously she's a common card, but like super common to get and easy to get and powerful even at level 1.
So here's the thing, right? If you have a bot farm, right? Is it cost effective at this point to make a guild?
Absolutely, it's free to do. Of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's not free. What is it? 10K to set up a guild. You can get 20 people in or 15 people in initially.
Yeah, I mean, 15 divided by 10K DEC is like how much DEC? Like 600 DEC.
Yeah. Was it you or I know I saw it somewhere. Somebody was saying you would just rotate accounts in and out in order to redeem their packs or stuff like that.
Yep. So
Yeah.
if you had a bot farm right now, right, what you'd want to do is open up, create a guild and just start getting involved in brawls, because those Gladiator cards, if you can play them in ranked, are going to be pretty powerful, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we're seeing here is especially on these low mana bronze battles here, if you don't have the Gladiator cards, I think you're gonna really depend on fighting other bots to rank up and to earn, because just you're at such a handicap with your options at like 14 mana when your summoner's 6. So
yeah, she's popping off. Oh my god. Oh,
look at this 2 mana dragon card with Scavenge coupled with Katralba, just tanking there for 10 health.
Now imagine if you put in, what is it? Weaponsmith?
Weapons training, yeah.
Yeah, weapons training. That it's getting an attack too, right? Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, this is 2 mana. It starts with 2 health, but by the time it gets to the front line after Katralba does her business here, it's got 6 health. The tank as an off tank, and like you said, if you put a weapons trainer right there between. That's pretty good. I mean, that would cost. It'd have to be like a 30 mana match at that point, but still.
Yeah. So again, we're talking about a 0 cost hand here, right? Other than, you could rent cards and start getting the Soulbound cards, right? But if you look at what was paid for a Chaos Legion hand, right? It's basically what I have here. This is crazy.
You're even using a dice summoner.
Yeah, a dice summoner, right? Exactly.
Yeah, very interesting.
So in terms of new players, right? Think about that, right? A new player coming into the game, there are definitely some options here, right? If you're starting out, not purchasing cards but renting cards, you have options here to be forever be able to play the game and be pretty competitive.
Yeah, I mean now, like we always joke, right? When's the best time to be playing Splinterlands? Well, now.
Every day.
Now is the time. If you're not playing, play now, right? Because you're missing every day you're not playing is a day you're missing earning Soulbound reward cards and Gladiators.
Yep, absolutely.
It's kind of random on what you get.
Yeah. So what do you guys think in terms of having a max level, Soulbound deck? What do you think that time frame is going to look like?
Depends on what level you play at, I think, right?
Yeah.
The conversation I had with Steve, we kind of just assumed without knowing the numbers or the data that like a year maybe is conservative. It might be less, but probably a year is probably reasonable to say, that's when you should have like a gold or a silver or bronze, whatever level you play at. If the level you play at is what you're trying to max for, then a year is probably reasonable, and then you might be done before then. We have to see the numbers.
Are we feeling good about a year though?
Gosh, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I would feel really good about having a maxed out Soulbound deck in a year. Absolutely.
I think it will take 3 years, maybe 4 years.
So the cards that we have now.
A max Soulbound reward deck, yeah.
I mean, they're not even going to be in print that long. He said 1 to 2 years.
Oh, then whatever the max is. and then probably not even then.
This is probably more of a trial year, right? So I would assume if Aggie gets his way and wanted to do like a yearly release cycle, they would take whatever the results from this are at the end of like a year or 13 months or whatever, and maybe not get it into Rebellion, obviously, but whatever they have after Rebellion.
Yeah, so my thought is, now I feel like you can get really close, but there's going to be some cards you just don't get. Like AfterSound, you said you don't. I mean, I don't have all the summoners, and I might max out one summoner before I even get one of another one. It just could be completely random. So I think at some point you're going to need like 5 or 6 or 15 of one, and you're just not going to get it for months, or like a very long time. So I think you're going to start being able to max them out within 8 months, 6, or maybe 7, 8 months. But I don't think you're going to be able to get a full max deck, maybe ever.
Another Soulbound deck beating Kitty. That's crazy.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, so what I tried to do is I anticipated like a bloodlusting Gladiator card here. So I went with a taunt with double heal and a protect, just to keep the bloodlust in check. And hopefully the rest of my team will have enough time. Let's see if it works out from a strategy perspective.
Well, I got lucky. I got actually really lucky with my life leech, because I took out your back attacker.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Now I lose my inspire, but I might have enough time to just bloodlust my way through.
AfterSound, you're ahead of us on the stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I started watching.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Whoops. I went for the preview.
That's how it is, man. AfterSound's always in the future.
I wish, man. SPS is gonna be tomorrow, so you guys should really make sure you.
Dude, please give me those tips. I need a few.
I just told you, or did I
know? I'm buying right now.
Wow, all those scavenges and life leeches, so good. Like, how much health am I having to chew through here?
Mm-hmm.
You just protected and insulated Katralba there, so I couldn't get to her. And look at that. This 2-mana dragon card had 11 health at the end of the game. That's awesome.
Kitty, I mean, your team was solid too, with Kitty, Mycelia. Like, those are powerful cards.
Yeah, I mean, but again, look at this. Kitty has lost at least 3 times to Soulbound reward card teams. At least 3 times tonight.
I actually think Katralba, if we're going to go with this whole new Soulbound deck thing, like, Katralba gets a huge boost from that Thane New Song guy because of the Inspire on level 1.
Yeah.
Over someone like Quora, because I think you'll just see it spammed way more.
Yeah, not only will it be more common, but it's super powerful. Like, your team is really optimal here. You've got Martyr, you've got Life Leech, you've got Scavenge, you've got the key tank up front, and you've got the Inspire with 8 health here. I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. Like you said, you got the Scattershot, the double Scattershot in my backline, which was nice, right? Because honestly,
I mean, it hit your sneak because that would have eaten into Contrelbo. But yeah, you're right.
it would have taken me probably like 3 turns to kill Katrelba. But, even then, it's not a guarantee because she could have bloodlusted and got her health back. But those were some pretty nice Scattershot. 2 for 2, so you can't beat that. But even still, I mean, I wasn't even close. You had like a tank with 11 health and Katrelba with like, doing 8 damage double strike. So it was pretty ridiculous. So yeah, you can definitely build, and that was a higher mana match. That was 30 mana, so not unreasonable, but maybe not as common at bronze or silver.
5 million, I suppose.
So I got.
I know you said not to spam Quora Tails, but I couldn't help it because that's the only card I could really pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be brutal.
Yeah, it's a loss for me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because she's going to kill in the first turn, these 2, and she's going to be up to 4/4, and then just going to steamroll the entire team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't do enough damage, nor do you have Affliction.
Yeah.
That's rough.
So is Affliction going to be a thing over the next... Well, I mean, if people start spamming Quora, right? But at level 3, she gets immunity, right? So even if you get Affliction, it's not even going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Quora in ranked battles.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially in lower levels, right?
Yeah. If they have them, what's smoke them if you got them. Yeah, use Quora if you got her. Yep. So yeah, for sure. We have had Kitty and Jotun beaten by 3 Soulbound reward decks.
Yeah, they got wrecked.
Yeah,
wrecked. And again, I don't think my team is that bad, right?
It's good.
I thought it was balanced, right? Took advantage. You get a little stun in there too, right? You didn't even have stun, and they got wrecked. I mean, wrecked.
Yeah, you got walking keys wrecked.
I mean, you're playing with 2 epics, a legendary, and a Gladiator card. Now, granted, that Gladiator card is a rare, so it's not difficult to get it, but it's not necessarily like a weak deck in my opinion either.
No, not at all.
Well, the fire deck that we used there, so we did use the Phyrexian Hero, which is a legendary. We used to use the common Gladiator card. Orella Abaddon is not a powerhouse in any stretch of the imagination.
Fair.
And then the what did we use? I think that was Mark's Rat's a common, Firewatch Devil's a common. That dragon is like a rare, right? I think no, he might be an epic. Yeah, this is an epic. But he's just because I had extra mana there, really. And so I can show you on my account. I have pretty much all those cards. I'm pretty sure on my main account. Let's take a look at my fire. Maybe it's not this account, but I do have an account that has both Phyrexian Hero and Idra, whatever her name is. So it's so yeah, it's not a weak team, but here's the catch is these Soulbound reward cards aren't weak cards. They're why can't I see anything? I mean, they gave us epics, they gave us legendaries, they gave us summoners, they gave us weapons training, they gave us martyr, and that's kind of where my point was. Is this is a 43 card set, a full set with summoners that allows you to bring gladiator cards, weapons training, martyr, legendaries, epics, all this stuff. This is no joke, man. You level this up, whether it's an alt account, your main account, you're a bot farmer, whatever. You're gonna be happy with these cards. These cards are playable, and I know a lot of people say these cards suck and they're terrible and they're boring and they're trash. And I'm kind of like, no, man, these cards are good. This is this is better than dice. Like, if you told me What
Yeah.
I'd rather have, I mean, obviously, rather have Soulbound over Dice, but you could almost say that, I still think Rift Watchers would be better than this set overall from a meta perspective. But at the same time, Rift Watchers is really key to more of those 8 mana to 14 mana cards, where this is a balanced set. So you could almost arguably say that I'd rather have a Soulbound. If I had only one set to choose from, I'd rather have Soulbound over Rift Watchers, right?